Just to follow up on that, after that roster decision was made, you sort of touched on it, but what does it say about Shaw that he wanted to stay around the team, and just how important is that to have him there for such a young clubhouse?
Yeah, I think Brian, last year in 2021, we had some young relievers, Trevor Stephan, Nick Sandlin, those two come to mind, first major league experience. And I think just kind of leading by example, how Brian goes about his day, how he watches the game, how he prepares himself during the game. Young pitchers watch veteran pitchers and they learn from that. Brian, his first tenure with the Indians, Cleveland, I should say, was obviously very special. He made himself one of the best middle relievers, setup relievers in the game. And when he got away from Cleveland, I'm sure he would have liked for his career to have continued on that path, or would have liked to have performed better. But I think there's a lot of comfort here with Cleveland, with Tito, the training staff, everyone involved, and he is truly a Cleveland guardian, and we're really, really excited and thankful he still wants to be here.
The third row on your right.
Hey, Carl. Two things. First of all, follow up on Judge. When you say that you're going to attack him, does that mean, all things equal, low leverage situation, you won't be pitching around him?
Are you going to tell him what I said? We don't want to back down from anybody. At the same time, we're not going to be, stupid. I can't think of a better word for it. So, the situation will certainly dictate, how we pitch to him. But there are going to be times that we have to, and we'll be prepared to do that. So, again, there's the utmost respect for everyone that puts on a major league uniform, but certainly having a historic record-breaking year like he has had, he deserves a little more attention.
And very separately, you mentioned Stephan a bit earlier. He came from the Yankees. I think you guys caught him before last year. How have you seen him develop over the last 2 years?
I think last year we saw flashes at times of what we have seen this year. It's just a matter of gaining more consistency. I think he learned a lot. He learned about his delivery and how his delivery should work and does work now, but I think he learned about his body and the things he needed to do that our strength and conditioning staff, our training staff have been such a huge part of, that he put himself in a physical place to really go out and maintain Trevor Stephan's delivery. And what we've seen because of that is a lot of consistency and, at times electric stuff.
Second row.
Carl, 3 years ago, Sam Hedges was a struggling starter at Double-A, and now he's kind of built himself into a trusted back-end reliever. Just can you take us through that evolution over the last few years?
Yeah, I think with Sam, and so I'll say by, having done this for a few years now, years ago, you cringe when you talk about possibly changing an arm action or changing a takeaway out of the glove, but with advances and people learning, and so the plyo balls, the weighted balls, things that you can do. I think Sam worked so extremely hard to kind of clean up the arm action at takeaway to get himself in a good position as he started coming down the mound. And that's not easy, but he continued to work on it diligently, and all of a sudden, we have seen this guy command 3 pitches. Obviously, there's velocity. The curveball has really come into play here the second half of the season. And along with that, he's controlled the running game. I mean, he's made himself a complete reliever. And personally, there's no postseason all-star game, but if you look at what he has done through the entire season, he's an all-star. I mean, he's had a heck of a year.
To go to John in the third row.
In the last 2 weeks here, kind of as Judge was chasing 61 and then 62, a lot of the guys around him in the lineup happened to start launching for balls right around then. Boone was speculating a little bit that maybe there was some attention things with the pitchers because of Judge looming there. Obviously, postseason series, everyone's going to be on edge all the time anyhow. But how do you make sure that there's one spot in the lineup that doesn't attract undue attention? Maybe.
Well, again, it goes back to respect, and I think having a young team. First of all, we're here to win, but at the same time, we want to make sure we enjoy the process of going about it. So we try to keep things simple. That's worked to this point. I have to tell you that our two catchers outside of our clubhouse don't get the credit they deserve for the work they do, not only in helping me and our pitching group prepare, but helping our pitchers. They're, in terms of game calling, receiving, throwing, they're the best in the game, and we appreciate them so much. So, we're going to go out and play baseball, and hope that the moment doesn't get too big.
Anything else for Carl?